call that we talked about the specific books of account, and then we said the specific books of accounts are used for recording specific transactions. And then we said that the types of specific books of account are the sales day book, the returns inward book, the purchases day book, and then the returns outward book and the cash book. Now we are going to be looking at the sales day book with an illustration and explanation. Now, the sales day book is a book of account for recording sales made on daily basis. But the type of sales has to be on credit. What am I saying? What I'm saying is that the sales made on credit by an organization is recorded in the sales day book. In a simple form, it means a book for recording credit sales. Now, the credit sales must be that of the product that the organization deals in. For instance, a business that is into buying and selling of mobile phones will only record mobile phones sold on credit in the sales day book. If the same business sold its vehicle on credit, it cannot be recorded in the sales day book. What the sales day book records is only credit sales of the products that the business deals in. It can also be called sales journal. How is the sales day book prepared? There's nothing difficult about it. It's just a format showing the date of the transaction, a description of the transaction, and the amount of the transaction. What am I talking about? Take a look around you. You must have gone out to buy something. What you bought has a description. What you bought has an amount, and there's a day you went out to buy these things. So typically, the sales day book records on daily basis the dates that the goods were sold on credit, the description of the goods that were sold on credit, and the amount of the goods that was sold on credit. At the end of the month, the total goods sold is transferred to the general ledger sales account. As we move further, we'll go into another topic that explains ledgers. Then we will understand. But for now, let's know that this total at the end of the month is transferred to the general ledger. Now, this is an illustration of a sales day book. We have question and we have the suggested solution. This is Mr. Yaovi, a wholesaler. Is involved. As I was saying, this is an illustration. Mr. Yaovi, a wholesaler, is involved in the distribution of flour and sugar. For the month of January 2020, he made the following sales and has now approached you to prepare a sales day book for him for the month. Now, you have these transactions in the month of January for Mr. Yaovi, as earlier said. On the 1st of January, sold to Mr. Frank on credit 1,000 bags of sugar at 6,000 naira per bag, 1,500 bags of flour at 5,000 naira per bag. As you can see, on the 1st of January, he made some sales on credit to who? To Mr. Frank. Now, how do we show this in the sales day book? Here is how. We have Mr. Yaovi here being the owner of the business, followed by the heading saying sales day book for the month of January 2020. And what are we showing? We want to know the date of transaction, the description of the transaction, and the amount of the transaction. Now, on the 1st of January 2020, he sold to Mr. Frank on credit. Now, what are the things he sold? He sold 1,000 bags of sugar at 6,000 naira per bag. If one bag is 6,000, 1,000 bags will be 6,000 times 1,000. That gives us 6 million in the amount section here. On the same day, he sold 1,500 bags of flour at 5,000 naira per bag. Now we have 1,500 bags of flour at 5,000 naira per bag. If one bag is 5,000 naira, then 1,500 bags will be 1,500 times 5,000, and that is 7,500,000. So that is all that was sold on the 1st of January. So if we add 6 million plus 7.5 million, we have 13.5 million. That is what happened on the 1st of January. Now, on the 2nd of January, on the 5th of January, he sold to Mr. Bone on credit 500 bags of flour at 5,000 per bag and 400 bags of sugar at 6,000 per bag. We come here under the date column, 5th of January 2020, he sold to Mr. Bone 500 bags of flour at 5,000 naira per bag. So if one bag is 5,000, then 500 times 5,000 gives us 2,500,000. On the same date, we have 400 bags of sugar at 6,000 per bag. So you multiply 400 by 6,000, you have 2,400,000. So the total that was sold on the 5th of January is 2.5 million plus 2.4 million. So the total is 4.9 million. Now, on the 10th of January, he sold to Mr. Ken in cash 1,000 bags of sugar at 6,000 naira per bag. Now, this is where the test is. Recall, we said the sales day book is for recording specific transaction. And that specific transaction is credit sales. But this is saying that he sold in cash. So this one is meant for another type of book, but not the sales day book. In examination condition, I will not record this in the sales day book because the sales day book is not for cash sales, but for credit sales. So it will not be recorded here. The next one, on the January 15th, he sold to Mr. Brimer on credit 500 bags of sugar at 6,000 naira per bag. So we have 15th of January 2020, sold to Mr. Brimer. What did he sell? 500 bags of sugar at 6,000 naira per bag. That's all that was sold on that day. So the total will be 500 bags times 6,000, and that is 3 million in the amount and 3 million in the total. Now, on the 31st of January, he sold to Mr. Kelechi on credit 300 bags of flour at 5,000 per bag. So that means we have 31st of January, Mr. Kelechi, 300 bags of flour at 5,000 naira per bag. So 300 bags times 5,000 gives us 1,500,000. So in total, we sold 13.5 on the 1st of January. We sold 4.9 million on the 5th of January. We sold 3 million on the 15th of January, and we sold 1.5 million on the 31st of January, making total credit sales of 22,900,000. It's transferred to the general ledger credit on the 31st of January for closing entries. So now we understand how to prepare the sales day book. We were taught that sales day book is for recording credit sales, and the credit sales must be goods that the business deals in. We were taught that the total at the end of the month is transferred to the sales ledger. We were also taught that the sales day book is also called the sales journal. Then we were also taught that the sales day book shows the date of the transaction, the description of the transaction, and the amount of the transaction. And don't forget, it's a specific book of account for credit sales. Any other thing that is not credit sales cannot be recorded in there. And the credit sales must be the goods that the business deals in. Once it is not what the business deals in and is sold on credit, it still cannot be recorded there. Thank you. For questions and clarifications, you can reach me on 081-365-06356 or send me an email, jeremiah.dosu@gmail.com. If you have questions, you can type questions as well in the comment sections. We'll come in there and explain. But if you want us to talk about it, you can always reach me on the number again, 081-365-06356, or send an email, jeremiah.dosu@gmail.com. Thank you.